This has enabled local recordings. Come look at this, Brigham. I don't want to push any buttons.
We're live, guys.
We're live?
We're live?
Stop cleaning your fingernails, Tim. We're live.
I like that. Get him while he's down.
All right. It's good. I don't even know if mine are clean. Yeah, good enough.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the sort of monthly fly tying tie-off. We're sorry that we don't do this as regularly as we can or we should, but all of us have a lot of travel this time of year, well, most of the year actually. So, and we would love to have a yearly schedule so that you could predict it, but we just can't. We have to do it. We have to do it on the fly. So, welcome all of you who are here to watch the Andino Deceiver, which I know nothing about, and I know Tim, you and Cheech know more about. I've never tied this fly before. I don't know the history, so maybe one of you guys can chime in and tell us about it.
Well, it's Flagler's pattern that he chose, but I did a deep dive, and I have a special ace in the hole on this one because I speak Spanish. No, I found a Spanish video about this fly, and I took some notes. So I'll just give a quick rundown of what I know about the Andino Deceiver. All right, this is what my notes look like. There are a bunch of drawings and stuff. All right, so I watched a video by a guy named Lalo de la Croce. I don't know if he pronounces it with Italian or Spanish. That's very common in Argentina. And him and his buddies found these rivers full of Dorado in the province of Santa Fe and Cordoba. And they would use deceiver patterns from the States. And that was the biggest baitfish pattern they could get. And they found that when the waters were a little bit off color, which is most of the time, their deceivers would work best when the deer hair head would blow up. And so it pushed more water. And so the cool thing about this is they were developing this fly in the cities of Villa Maria and Rio Tercero in Cordoba. And that's where I served my church mission. I was literally just a few hours away from both of those cities in the 90s. So, and then when the fly was finalized, they finalized the idea and they named it after the city of Andino in Santa Fe province in Argentina. Hence the name Andino Deceiver, derived from a normal deceiver that they wanted to push a little bit more water. So there's your history of the fly a little bit. Did you hear any conflicting information on that, Tim?
I did. A search on the internet yielded like 3 different people who apparently originated it, and so they all seemed a little suspect to me. And so I'm going to go with what you found. That really sounds more logical. But I'm sure other people have, who are on here have heard other things as well. But I first used and saw the pattern Dorado fishing. First up on the Ibarra Marsh, and then on the Paraná using larger Andinos, and then also down on fishing for trout on the Limay for large brown trout in Argentina. And then I've also used it here in saltwater. So just kind of a universal bait fish pattern as far as I'm concerned. So not just for golden Dorado, but for striped bass, bluefish as well.
Check that out. So when I got tying these, I'm like, I need a trout size. So that's a trout size little Andino, and I'm going to fish the crap out of this thing. Yeah, it's just a really cool fly, and it's a pretty simple tie too.
Yeah, and I think with this one, I think we finally, and I apologize, I was supposed to get out a recipe for it, and that is forthcoming, hopefully. But this version, me personally, I'm going to tie one for golden Dorado, and kind of freestyle whatever materials and colors you guys want. there are kind of some standard things that make it an Andino's Deceiver, but I've seen a lot of variation in it in terms of, flash materials and the kind of feathers used and things like that. So,
and that
For
goes
the,
because, like,
for-
oh, sorry. One last thing. A lot of times in Argentina,
ahead.
it's really hard to get materials, and so they just use whatever they can get. So there's really, like Tim said, not a right or wrong way. It just needs to push water. But yeah, they'll use whatever they can get their hands on to tie it.
yeah.
People that come in a little later are going to say, "What's the pattern? What's the pattern?" The pattern is up at the top of the comments. If you scroll up in the chat to the top of the comments, Davis. Thank you, Davis has posted the pattern, sort of pattern description. Again, this is freestyle, so we could tie it however we want, right?
Yeah.
As long as it looks sort of like.
There's a right way.
Oh,
Okay,
gosh.
here
Here
we
we
go.
go.
You tie it the right way. I'm going to tie it my way because I got
Freestyle way.
Freestyle way.
I'm going to fish this fly for tarpon.
Yeah, tarpon. It just screams tarpon too. It really does.
Yeah. I know exactly the spot where I'm going to fish this for tarpon, and I know it's going to work. So
I did an articulated one that I'm going to take to the White River.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that makes perfect sense, Cheech.
Yeah. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think this is going to become one of my. This is a great pattern.
You can tie it from size.
I know it's going to be a great pattern.
Yeah. It's
all right. Well,
easy to tie.
who's up first on this one?
Well, I kind of suggested, so usually the person who suggests is up first. Is that correct?
Yeah, so go. Yeah.
All right.
Go,
let me just make sure everything is up. Got the hook.
And for those who are listening, feel free to drop any questions you have in the comments. Best if you do it on the Orvis channel, but if you're watching from Tightline Productions or from the Fly Fish Food channel, you can drop the comments there as well, and we'll get to them at some point. So
Be sure to say what.
thank you. Okay. So for a hook, kind of one that I really depend on, a Gamakatsu B10S. This is size 2 for Dorado, 2 to 4. 3 being, just kind of right on the money there. But with these hooks, depending on the brand and everything, the differences between 2 and 4/0 are, golly, it just depends on the brand. A lot of times a 2/0 will look like a 4/0 in another brand. So I already have one in my tying vise. Kind of real important. It's a very sharp hook, so I put some Rosenbauer tape on the end so I don't stab myself. Back to the thread. For me, this is the Fully Mill 210. It's the flat thread, not the twisted. And just going to get it started right behind the eye. Take a few wraps rearward and then head back up and snip off the excess tag. For weight, I generally don't like any kind of weight on these things, just because you're hucking them around oftentimes on a boat, and I've been hit with them before. Normally I use bead chain eyes, but I'm going to have a black head on this one, and it just, I want the eyes to pop a little bit. So I am going with small, just so I don't get whacked so bad, or whack anybody else so bad, presentation eyes. And I get them put on the hook shank kind of right behind the bead, and just sort of standard cross wraps to begin with, like that. And then
are you going to change your camera so we can see the fly?
Hey, yeah. How about that?
I mean, your forearm looks really nice too.
Was that good?
Hey, what's this training wheel that you have on your hook?
Oh, this training wheel?
Yeah, the blue thing on the hook point.
Oh, that's Rosenbauer tape. So you don't fork yourself on that sharp hook.
I didn't even use any Rosenbauer tape.
So
Dang
I
it.
do cross wraps
I
at
don't know if I
first.
got my roll. I got to look for my roll. I don't even know where it
What would be really funny is if you stabbed yourself during the tying. That would put you
It may
back on the.
happen.
So I call them yoke wraps over top, and then I just go flat wraps below the eyes and just sort of draw everything in underneath, make a little platform, and they're on there pretty good. But I don't care how you put the eyes on. The jaws of a Dorado anyway are going to rearrange everything. They are pretty nasty critters.
What
And
about
so-
for the rest of us who don't fish for Dorado?
Ah,
Have been able to.
you've never fished for Dorado, Tom?
No, nobody's ever
gosh.
sent me there. You know,
Wow. You need to go. So
Okay.
that's the foundation of it. If you want me to keep going, I can keep going, but
That's good.
yeah, it's
We
got a
can-
lot of steps. So why don't you do a couple more steps? Because it's
Oh,
got a
okay.
lot of, this
Yep.
thing's-
so the other thing, this is one of my favorite materials. They're called squimpish fibers, and this is like a sparkle chartreuse, and I'm kind of using this just to kind of give a little color and a little structure to the tail of the fly. It doesn't show up a whole lot, but it kind of flashes in and out as the fly moves, and just a little bit of sparkle. It's also stiff enough that it holds, the feathers away, so that they're not fouling in the hook bend. And I'm just going to go like this. One of the things that I really like to kind of measure these things, and so I'm going to try for. Let me turn this just a little bit. Try for about 5.5 inches, which I know is kind of to right there on my tying vise. And so I'm going to do that. That for this this 2/0 hook. And when I tie this down, I'm going to try to keep the material on top of the hook shank. I'm going to be tying in some feathers on either side of this. And if you have the hook and then the material, I can zoom in like that. It kind of gives you a little flat area right in there that helps you get the feathers nicely aligned and looking good. And almost every step of this, just because it's not even going to help, to be honest, with the Dorado, but I'm going to super glue nearly every single layer that I put on here. They're multiple layer. I do multiple layers anyway for the tail. So just about all of them get super glued. And so that's what it looks like so far. And then I think I should probably stop.
You tell me. We don't have to.
Okay.
I guess I'm up.
You're up. You're big. You must be up.
Okay. Let's
I just
see.
hold on, Cheech. Before we go any further, did I
Yes,
see
sir.
you dump a sugar packet into your yerba?
Oh yeah, because I learned how to drink yerba in the north, in Cordoba and Catamarca.
Ah, is that
I'm
the way they
Cordobés,
drink it
dude.
up there?
My
Okay.
accent's Porteño, but I'm Cordobés. So when I'm in Patagonia, I don't do it. But when I'm drinking mate at home, I'm a sweet mate drinker.
Wow. Okay.
And the last time I checked, my Spanish was better than yours too. So that's maybe if you drank sweet mate, maybe your tongue would loosen up a little bit. Old man.
I get my
All right.
R's correct. All right, go
Let's see,
ahead.
we got a
Sorry.
question. Are you going to be at the 2026 Dallas Streamer Love Fest? I'm going. I fly out tomorrow. I'm stoked. So, yeah. If you're in Arkansas, that'll be fun. Let me just get started here. So, I'm tying on, let's see. That's what I'll show you. This is the color combo that I'm doing. I'm going to tie a fly like this.
Wow.
And so I have, oh no, I lost my hook box. Yeah, I'm tying on a Gamakatsu B10S I already threw it in the vise. But
What
I'm doing
size,
a
Cheech?
3/0.
3/0.
I'm
Okay.
doing a 3/0. Just like Tim said, you know, the difference between 2 and 4/0 is very, very little. All right, so let's see. We'll get back on this one. And when I put my barbell eyes on, I am going to, you know, cord up my thread a little bit, and I'm going to make a bump right here because I do want this barbell eye as far forward as possible. When my bump starts slipping around, that's when I know it's big enough. And I'll just take some purple eyes. Let's see, I got these double pupil eyes. And just like Tim said, the eyes really, like, it's just kind of holding this head in place. Sometimes you want a really deep diving fly and on the big rivers, but like on the marsh that Tim was talking about, you don't need it. So that's a cool thing about this fly. The barbell eyes are mostly so you can spin the head and you can make them as heavy or light as you want. So I'm going to start out by wrapping this on top and just let that slide underneath. I want this to ride hook point down. So let me see if I can get this old Dynaking to agree with me real quick. There we go. All right, so hook point down, and what I can do now is just mash thread wraps into this, and it's going to push it back into this little bump. And before I put any more thread wraps on there, I'm going to add a layer of super glue. Let it seep in, and then I'll wrap over the top of that. So if you wrap too many layers of thread without super glue, sometimes it can't penetrate down all the way. And just wrap around the base of these. And that's kind of how I like to do the head of my fly. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to snug that up a little bit more. There is quite a bit of pressure at the end of the fly here on this one. So you want to make sure that it's nice and tied down. And then I'm going to add one final layer of cement. And check it out. I'm sponsored by Zap now because they sent me a koozie.
Oh, are you on their
Wow.
pro staff?
I don't know. All I know is I got a koozie that says Zap on it. All right. So now we're going to wrap back. Now here is the first thing that they said. These the guys that created this, they wanted a fly that only wrapped in about that far. Most of the hook is bare because those Dorado have such big teeth. Those feathers off the back of the deceiver were the first things to go. So they started by only wrapping their fly about that far back.
Oh.
The OG deceiver or Andino Deceiver used Schlappen. Okay, I've got some cool Schlappen here. Sorry, I just got to show it off. This is an American saddle, and you just come back here off of these parts back here, and I've farmed off 4 feathers. Okay, so 4 feathers worth of Schlappen. Let's see. It's probably easiest to do it just like this. So 4 feathers worth of Schlappen, and I'm just going to lay those down, 2 facing one direction, 2 facing the other direction.
Can I interrupt for a second, Cheech?
Go
Can
ahead.
you tell? Because that is some beautiful Schlappen. Oh, is there a brand that goes with that? Are you allowed to tell us?
Oh yeah, it's whiting stuff.
It is, okay.
It's whiting American. And so we've talked to Whiting a bunch about this. The last I've heard is that they're trying to make a resurgence of this stuff, because this stuff, when it, like in all the grizzly dyed colors, you get them in olive and yellow and all these trouty colors. It's amazing stuff to tie with. So luckily I had a few, but yeah, there needs to be more of this stuff, right?
Yeah, because some of the strung stuff is just, it's like picking through marabou. It's
Yep. It's
tough.
no bueno.
Yeah,
Now, keep in mind, I'm doing this the pretty way. I want to make the fly look good, but like when you're tying this fly, your Schlappen doesn't have to look good at all. These will not sit like this for 5 minutes after it hits the water. these are going to flap all around the water, but having them lined up like this isn't much of an advantage once it hits the water, unless you're in a fly tying contest with Tom and Tim. Then you want to tie it nice. Okay, the next thing that they said is
You don't have to. Cheech, don't worry about it. You don't have to. If you want to make it look lousy, it's fine.
Okay, so
You don't
see,
mind.
I've got that. I've got 4 feathers relatively lined up, and what they said was just mash it down on there and tie the whole thing in. All right, so mash it down on there, tie the whole thing in like that, and then trim it off. If you tie the whole feather in, they said it grabs better, and you'll have much more durable feather. It's less likely to pull out if a fish grabs it. But anyway, we'll just make that look a little bit pretty. There you have it. That is where I'll stop.
Okay, I guess I gotta go now. So I'll switch my cameras and better turn it on.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's the best fly you've tied in a long time.
Yeah.
I was trying to save my battery.
Little
Lens cap.
Sorry
underexposed.
about that. There we go. Okay, so I'm tying this sort of kind of with tarpon in mind, but also with stripers and maybe big trout. So I have a whole bunch of saltwater hooks, and I just kind of look at the shape and the size of the hook when I'm tying, and I just thought this Mustad big game signature hook in size 1/0 made sense. So I'm going to put that in the vise. And then, I'll show you the vise, but there it is. And then I'm going to use these Fulling Mill tungsten eyes, which I like in red. And my fly is going to be a little more neutral tone. I know Tim and Cheech are going to tie more of a colorful thing, but I'm gonna go more natural. Oops, wrong camera. Sorry. so I'm gonna start.
Glad you put some pants on for this one, Tom.
He's like posing in front of his desk.
I'm gonna start with. I'm using Fulling Mill 110 denier thread. I really like this new 110 denier thread for a lot of things, and I like the twisted. I noticed, Tim, you were using the flat. I really like the twisted. And
I like the twisted too, Tom. Love the twisted.
I heard Joan told me you were really twisted.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to turn this upside down because I'm going to put my eyes on the bottom. And I like to put super glue on before. If I can get it.
Oh, that's groundbreaking.
Before I put the eyes on, because I find that God, it hadn't clogged up for 2 days, and now it clogged up. This is going to be a long tying session, boys.
Just squeeze it really, really hard.
Yeah, I got to cut it.
Yeah.
Just don't look right down the tube when you cut it.
Yeah. So I like to put the super glue on prior, because I think that when eyes twist, it's the thread twisting around the hook shank. It's actually not the eyes twisting. So I put some super glue in, and then I really mash down on it, and it's still wet. And then I put my eyes on. Same way as everybody else, I think.
Well, I put mine on the other way, but
yeah, well,
you know,
weird.
Yeah, I know.
I drop my eyes. Sometimes it's hard getting in here, isn't it, with this camera? So tight turns now, as tight as you can get them without breaking your thread. And then around the base, maybe a couple more. And it's always a good idea to check them, make sure. Okay. And then I'm going to come back, and I am, unlike Mr. Flagler, I am using natural bucktail.
At
So
this
I got a
part of
buck.
the fly, huh?
So I got a bucktail here, and this is again, as Tim mentioned, I'm just using natural white, and I'm pulling some, not a big amount, pulling some out. It does help. It does help hold the hackle fibers in place, and then I like to pull it from the base to get the junk out of there, and then I also look at it's hard to tell over this white, but I also look for some really long fibers, and I pluck them out just to even it out. And I'm going to. We got the right. I switched my HDMI ports. I keep hitting the wrong thing. I'm going to have it.
Are you doing jazzercise while you tie? Why are you standing up?
Because I always tie. You guys don't know. I always tie standing up because of my setup.
Gosh.
I never. I'll tell you what, it's hell on my sciatica too. So I'm going to measure that, cut it off, and tie it in. And this is, again, it's sort of sparse, but it makes those saddle hackles sit better. And should I stop there? I guess I should stop there, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get my cameras turned back on.
I can zoom in and you can see it. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that. Okay.
very nice.
All right.
Very nice indeed.
Turn the right camera.
All right. I gotta get settled down here. So,
nobody's ever mooned anybody.
Oh my God.
You got the wrong camera on.
You need to bring in a camera operator, Rosenbauer.
Yeah.
I know, it's just me.
If
It's
this is
just
the
me.
last one we do,
I don't have a Brig. I don't have a Joan. I just have me. What can I say?
should I go? All right. So I like Cheech. I'm going to use Schlappen, but I kind of like the black Schlappen that's got that iridescence. One of the bait fish in Argentina anyway is the sabalo, and it's kind of more of a gray, I guess, but the iridescent sort of, I guess, imitates that, or according to the guides anyway. So kind of a very standard material to use. But just like strung marabou or saddle hackle feathers that are strung, this is strung stuff, and you really need to go through and find ones that are decent. And I picked out 4 that aren't too bad, and let me just change the camera just a little bit here. I'm gonna tie them in the back side of the feather, kind of toward the on the interior, if you will, like that. Get the tips aligned, and I want them pretty much that same length, that 5.5 inches. If you will, and like Cheech said, these things just get jacked around, and you can tie them in absolutely perfectly. I'm not going to, even though we're doing this is a tying whatever it is. just not a big deal. There's going to be a lot of stuff over top of it. Tying the other two on the other side. And they're going to get kind of all cattywampus. Sorry, I'm chewing on cough drops. Had a bad cold.
Oh, I'll make sure I stay away from you in New Jersey. Then.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, could you center up the working part of the fly so that
Yep.
those watching on vertical? Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you.
All right. And so I can just cheat a little bit here and go back, pull those things in, and get them locked in more on the side like that. But yeah, just a big wad of feathers back there more than anything else. And I'm going to put, again, just another layer of super glue on here. Get those locked down. I can even pull them in like that. Get some super glue right on the feather itself. And draw those in close. It is one thing these things you don't want them fouling all the time. For the Dorado anyway, a lot of it's long cast, big long cast, like full long length line
like 45
cast.
feet for you.
Yeah, something like that, Cheech, about 45.
Yeah.
Hey, Chief, I'm going to ask you, the way you tied those feathers in mid-shank, it doesn't foul?
No, because the bucktail is tied on top and bottom over the feather, and it kind of creates a shield.
Oh, okay. You're going to put bucktail.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
In fact, Tim, you ought to go on to the next step because I'm going to be tying into the mid body for my next thing.
Oh, okay. So go on to the mid body.
Yep, that's what I would say.
Right. I'm just going to add a little flash to this. Just get it going down both sides. Same thing, going back about 5.5 inches. And then for my mid body, I use it's Palmer chenille. It just covers a lot of ground and covers up a lot of sins, if you will. It's durable. I've really gotten to kind of use this stuff a lot. This is a short little strip, though. I don't like too much of it, so really just very, very open spiral wraps. And again, this like Cheech was saying, the mid body helps to kind of keep the rest of the stuff in line and keeps it from fouling. And I'm going to go, I guess, right about there. Helps to push water, adds a little bit of shimmer. I also should say, like on a deceiver, like a lefty's deceiver, you know, when you buy them in a store or whatever, or many people tie them, the saddle hackles are all perfectly in line, you know, flat with each other. I watched Lefty tie a couple of times, and he literally just grabbed a handful of saddle hackle fibers or feathers and just mashed them on the hook. Orientation didn't seem to be a big deal for the man. So that's what it's looking like now. Got a little bit of flash back there. Got that green shining through, and then that what is it? Yeah, Palmer chenille for the mid body. All right, that's a good place for me to stop, I think.
All right. Does that mean I'm up?
Mm-hmm.
Brig will keep the camera going. All right, so let's see. So part of the construction of this fly was, let's see, what are my notes? So we're going to do 2 sections of the bucktail for this one. So on the body of this fly, they want to keep it nice and sparse. And so when you pull this out of the water, it should shed all the water. Like Tim said, you're making super long double haul casts. It's blind casting to structure. There's not a lot of sight fishing and Dorado fishing. And so you need a fly that's not going to wear your arm out. You're fishing usually an 8-weight. You're not usually going much more than that. So you need a fly that will shed water. So what I'm going to do first thing is I'm going to take my thread forward and I'm going to switch to GSP. I like tying everything else in without GSP, and now I need to really start mashing down. What's that? All right, so once we're here, I'm just going to take both of these and just wrap my thread over both of those, and then I don't need to cross my thread or anything. And you see how easy that scissor cut through the GSP. It's an insanely sharp scissor, maybe the sharpest one I've ever used. It's a new one by Rambler.
Cheech.
What?
They gave me a pair too.
Yeah, what do you think of them?
I love them. They're
They're
best.
so good. It's the Rambler Professional Series, like it's the model 7100. Brigham will put a link in the profile or something.
Tim,
All right.
Tim doesn't have a pair, but Tim, I can hook you up with those guys at the show.
Yeah.
All right.
You need to talk to him, Tim. Because if
Actually,
you're
we
nice,
could if
they'll
Tim
give you
doesn't
the
have a pair.
unreleased long pair. I just had to show you guys that, no big deal.
Maybe we should not let Tim have a pair.
Right, yeah, he doesn't deserve them.
Then
All right,
we'll
so
have an advantage.
what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a little bit of bucktail off. It's not very much. Again, we want this to just kind of push water a little bit. And bucktail, you really don't need a lot. If you use too much of it, it kind of clumps down. So I'm going to tie this in about like this. And I'm going to pre-cut this. I just got bucktail all in my mate. I'm still going to drink it. I don't care. All right, so I'm going to put this right on top, and I'm just going to tie this in really tight and just kind of flare that a little bit. On top, use my thumb to tease those around either side of that tail. See that? Come in here and retighten, and I'm going to do that same thing on the bottom, just with a little bit. You don't need a lot of bucktail for this. It's kind of one of those less is more type things. You guys have seen a legit Clouser, the Mr. Bob himself is tied. Very sparse. All right, so here's a little hack. If you just turn your vise upside down and just sneak it in from this side, tie it in with a few wraps, we'll cinch it down, and then you can just lift those fibers up and drop them into that hook, and they split on either side. So that way you don't have to worry about it being completely on bottom. And I'm just going to really cinch this up and rotate this around, make sure that I have equal coverage of bucktail on both sides. And then just one more step on the body of this fly. I'm going to use Polar Flash. I have some pink Polar Flash, and I'm just going to grab a little hank of it, and I'm going to moisten that a little so it stays where I want. A little bit of DNA made it onto this one, so I'm going to tie it on the side I'm on, and then I'm just going to wrap that around that bucktail on the other side and trim it to length. And now I have two equal pieces of flash, and I'm just going to take this now and add some very sturdy thread wraps and super glue on the thread. And that's all I have for you guys. But that's how it doesn't foul. See how that keeps it out of the way? See underneath there, that bucktail keeps that elevated out of the way. Now this is pretty much just a deceiver. At this point as well, you see a lot of these Andinos with peacock hurl over the top of it, That's kind of a standard thing, but I've seen a lot of them as well that just kind of omit that. But it seems like the more natural fiber or natural colors will have peacock pearl going off the back. In my experience, that stuff rips right off, so I just leave it off. So anyway, the video I saw just had, you know, a couple of things that flash on the sides, and I'm done. Who's up next?
Tom is.
I am trying not to show my ass this time.
Cheech,
Okay,
I made a bunch
so-
with. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I made a bunch with
Go ahead.
peacock curl last time I went down there, and
Yeah.
like 3 casts, it was gone.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
yeah. I omit it.
Right.
So I'm going to use neck hackles for this big ones. This is from a big dyed grizzly cape. And because I'm kind of tying it more for tarpon, and typically tarpon flies have neck hackles because they're a little stiffer at the base. And I'm reaching in here. You can't see this, to find around four of them that are. The nice thing about, again, taking from the cape is you can take them from the same spot in the cape, so that you get about the same length and size and everything. If you're taking this from a pack of hackle, as Tim was saying, you have a problem trying to keep them all. And then I'm going to line them all up just loosely so that the tips are even. And then I'm going to come in a little bit on the web and strip that roughly. Tie these off, tie these off, trim it, and then take 2 on the far side. And you do want to, I got one of those too short. I'm going to have to get another one. You do want to tie in a little web here, because I find that holds the feathers in place better. You don't want to tie it right at the base of the hackle. Plus, where this hackle starts to get webby, it also is thicker. And I want a thick stem close to the fly so it doesn't foul. So I'm lined up the 2 for the far side. I'm going to flip my vise horizontally, lay these in right along the bucktail, longer than the bucktail. Take 3 nice tight turns on that side so it's nice and flat. And then I'll do the same thing on the near side. And I have to get another feather because one of them didn't strip properly. So I
Hey,
just
Tom, go ahead and zoom out just a little bit.
Okay. How's that? More? There. How's that? Now you can see the whole fly and how
Just
long.
make sure you don't switch the camera.
No, I don't want to do that.
Hey, what vice is this? I don't see the game changer jaw.
No, I finally took the game changer jaw. I knew you were going to notice that.
That's
I finally
awesome.
took the game changer jaw. I put the Magnum.
The saltwater jaw.
Magnum, yeah, the saltwater jaws.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So then again, I'm going to tie in some web, and you notice that hackle stem there. I'll zoom back in again. That you notice that hackle stem is quite a bit thicker there. And then I'll come forward, trim those stems off with my super duper scissors
That I don't have.
that you don't have, Flagler. And then I will wrap forward. Should I tie in my first bucktail too?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to get some bucktail, and mine is going to be all natural because I'm kind of looking to imitate baitfish as opposed to just an attractor colors. So I'm going to grab a bunch of brown bucktail for the back, and helps with bucktail if you line it up first before you cut it. You pull it off to the side, and then I'm going to clean it. Easier to see here with this brown. I'm going to clean it off, get the short stuff, the haters out of there.
The fuzzies in shorts is what I like to call them.
Fuzzies
The
and
fuzzies
short.
are haters, and the shorts are Rosenbauers.
Well, it's I've been telling everybody that fuzzies in shorts, we call them Rosenbauers because they're fuzzy. Oh dear.
And I want I want it to overlap. This bucktail does help this from fouling too. So I'm gonna trim that. And I like to, with these, I like to take a couple of loose turns here, push it down.
I got him.
And not do anything. Then turn it upside down and get my white bucktail. I won't show you this because it's the same as I just did with the brown. And find some white bucktail. About the same size bunch. Clean it. Pull out, I like to pull out the longest fibers. And then come in with the bottom, which is white, maybe usually a little shorter than the top.
Go back to the stream.
What are you guys whispering about?
We're trying to figure out technology. Sorry. We push mute for a second, Brigham.
Oh, that's too much, too long. Too long. All right. Shorter, a little shorter than the top. And I put this on with a couple of loose turns. It's still too. And then I look at both sides and I make sure that they're covering. So I'm going to have to squeeze this around like this and squeeze this around like this so that they're covering that bear shank. Just looks better. And I still tie that white in.
Does anyone want to answer this question here from B.R. Wainwright? Why not do a hollow tie of the bucktail?
Well,
My
why not?
opinion is that it flares it out too much. Like you just kind of want it to sit back. And it's a relatively short fly. I think the hollow tie is more for like longer stuff. So, I mean, I do that a fair bit. That's my answer anyway.
Well, and the traditional head on the Andino too wouldn't really fit well with a hollow tie, if you ask me. It's it's a kind of a deer hair head, and
Yeah,
so
it's a big bulky thing.
yeah.
And I don't want for my pattern, I don't want it to be terribly bulky because I want to, this is a baitfish imitation. Another thing you can do with that bucktail, if it doesn't go around the hook shank, is to just use your dubbing needle and get it in place. Oops, I almost glued my fingers to the fly. Okay.
You should try to do that and see what happens.
So I guess I'm up. Are you done, Tom? Are you all? Are
Yeah,
you gonna go?
I'm done. For now.
Or-
Well, you want me
for now.
to put the other bunches in or what?
Totally
Well,
up
how
to you.
many? Yeah.
Okay, I'll put the other bunches in while
All right.
I got the bucktail out. So I'm going to get another bunch of brown bucktail for the top. Actually, yeah. I didn't know if the fly was upside down or right side up. So I'm just cutting bucktail here. I'm not going to show you that because I already showed you that. Who needs to see it again, right?
Right.
And then I'm going to do the same thing with the second bunch. Just a little bit shorter than the other bunch. And again, with relatively loose turns here. And then come underneath. Because you want to make sure that you don't see that hook shank showing through, because the fish will see those thread wraps and they'll say, oh my God, that's not real.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
They'll do it to you every time. You know, probably Dorado don't care, but tarpon do. Tarpon, stripers. I don't have any plans on Dorado fishing in the near future, so. I got my white bucktail here. And put that on the bottom. A little bit shorter, not much, a little bit. Tie that in fairly loose. And then I can use my dubbing needle to distribute it around the hook. And I got top and bottom. Make sure they cover that sides of the hook shank on both sides. See that big gap there? Oh, not good.
Yeah, it's huge. Maybe a cautery tool would fix it.
Oh, yeah. Let me get that out. Let me get the cautery tool out.
My cautery tool finally died and I had to get a new one. I almost named it Tom.
Well, you got to get the battery operated ones and you just replace the batteries.
Yeah, I screwed up the tip because I was trying to burn stuff into wood.
Oh, one more thing.
That'd do it.
One more thing I'm going to do is, again, I'm not making this really colorful and flashy, and I'm going to use this for my flash or sides. I'm going to use this Senyo's Predator wrap, and I don't know why they don't sell this stuff. It's really good looking stuff, and I don't know why they don't sell it in, it's a wrap. It's like a brush. It's got a cord through the middle of it. I like using it just like you would Flashaboo. I'm going to wet it, and it isn't long enough, so I can't fold it over. I have to tie it in.
That is a great material too, Tom. All sorts of different colors and little flash in there.
It's got just a little bit of kind of a UV looking flash.
Yeah, the texture's just right. Really like this stuff.
Why don't they sell it? Why don't they sell it in in loose instead of as a wrap?
Yeah, more like a Hank, like a Flashaboo or a Crystal Flash. Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, I don't get it. There's no reason they couldn't, but I have to talk to Marcos at Hairline. You listening, Marcos?
Marcos will do it. I think Senyo moved all of his stuff to MFC, so I don't know if they're going to just rename this or what. So it might be in limbo a little bit.
And now I'm going to put on the other side. Just about to the end of the tail.
Somebody asked if doe tails will work as well as bucktail, and the answer is yes. Pretty much the same stuff. And sometimes big does have really beautiful tails.
You like big tails and you cannot lie.
Turn that up.
As soon as it came out of my mouth.
And because that bucktail tie-in is pretty short, I am going to put some super glue on there. Otherwise, it will. And then I am going to cut my thread and just leave it hanging. It's super glued in there.
Beauty.
Don't need to whip finish it. Okay.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, I'll zoom out so people can
Suddenly
see
up.
the whole thing. There it is. Okay.
All right, for me, I'm gonna do a 2-colored head. Most of the time, I just do single color. I'll use black on this one, but I'm gonna do it 2-tone, so black on the back and chartreuse underneath to kind of go with the whole chartreusey color theme that I got going. Anyway, I'll start with black, and I'm not like super picky with this stuff. This is actually belly hair. It's not even body hair, and I'm not great with this deer hair stuff, whether it's spun or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
we
know everybody knows. Okay, and so I kind of have a little hack that I do.
Of course.
You
got
but
that piece of tape on the hook point too.
No, he has a tool. Cheech.
No,
He
I
has a tool.
well, I'm not going to tell you. Never mind. So I like to go with the bucktail, not the bucktail, the deer hair, about halfway down that chenille wrap or whatever the heck it is. But I do it in 2 steps rather than like on a traditional muddler where you'd use this part. I snip it off. I know I'm going to get some haters for that, but give my bottom a little counterclockwise spin. We get it corded up, reverse corded up, and then I just kind of grab the ends like this and then drive it through the butt ends. And I know it makes it 2 steps to do this, as opposed to, leaving the butt ends on and leaving that as part of the... Where did the chartreuse go, Joan?
You just had it.
It's under the black.
You got to be kidding me. No, that's not the bucktail. It's on the floor. Uh-oh.
I've never met someone who could lose a whole patch of chartreuse bucktail.
You know what?
He just had it in his hand.
Like,
If anything can fall on the floor for me,
Tim. It's right there. Look.
If you ever ask to
anything-
borrow your keys, the answer is no.
You cannot believe how stuff just jumps off this tying table. Really remarkable.
Maybe you should have a
Mine jumps
tool
off
for
the
that.
table and ends up in the trash can. Then I have to go fishing through the trash can.
Oh, I do that all the time too.
Yeah.
I don't dive in dumpsters very much, guys.
No, we know you don't. We know you don't.
All right, so we
What
got
do you have
that.
against combs?
Yeah, they just take up too much time.
Yeah, because you would hate to have a tool that would actually be useful.
Yeah, true that. Tough room.
The tool guy didn't have a comb to brush.
I
up
know.
hair, bro.
Even I have a comb, Tim.
Gosh, minus points
Not
for
for my
Flounder.
hair.
Let it be
I never
known.
use one in my hair, but I got one for the fly tying.
Oh man.
All right, so looks like hell, but
That's
and
okay.
I am gonna, just so this stuff does not pull out, I am going to whale some super glue on there. Make sure we're kind of evened up both sides. We're looking pretty good there, I think. And then just with the super glue. Looks nasty, but keeps everybody happy.
Ish.
Should I keep going with the deer hair, guys?
Geez, my fly would have been done by now, and I'd be spinning it.
Oh my
just
gosh.
for everybody to see.
Well, just for that, Cheech,
so
I'm going to
Tim-
keep. I'm
so
going to
Tim,
keep
when you-
right on going.
When you
Keep on
fish,
going,
I
buddy.
really don't care what
Chartreuse.
you guys say. Just going to keep
sure?
on going. Hey, you know what I'll even do? What I'm going to do just for you? It's sitting right here. It's a
Oh,
comb.
a tool.
Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Like, and you can do your eyelashes to boot.
Yeah, when I saw you with your fake lashes when I was in Jersey.
Oh, you did. Okay. Just gonna put that sucker right on top, just like that, real quick.
So Tim,
Yes.
bait,
yes.
bait has dark on top and light on the bottom, right?
That's what I'm doing. I know you think my eyes are on the wrong side, but they're not.
They are, but it's not going to matter very much.
It really
What
doesn't
else?
because the size of this hook with that big rudder going down there, or keel, whatever you want to call it. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to just switch cameras and go right and look. See how that brush works?
Can you give us a demo on the eyebrows too, or the eyelashes? Because that's kind of
Well,
where my
no.
mind's at right now.
Yeah.
What is that an eyelash comb? Is that what that is?
It is, I believe.
It's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a nice tool, Tim.
It is. Straight
Tim the
from the
tool guy.
pharmacy.
Too bad
Right
you didn't
from-
have it for that first clump.
Yeah, because that really messed the whole thing up, didn't it? And then I just
You have some black hairs mixed in with your chartreuse.
it's
Yeah.
okay. That's what I'm going for. That
The fish
modeled
are gonna
appearance.
See that.
The fish won't care, but this is supposed to be a demonstration of professionals.
Okay.
Where
Well-
are we going to find that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be. That was the key. Those were the
Yeah.
key words.
Well, obviously, since I didn't get those fancy scissors, I'm not really a professional.
Well, that's
know?
facts.
Yeah. That's making me feel bad.
Sorry about the whole
Good.
feel bads thing.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. Sometimes I'll put another thing of deer hair in there, but I don't need to.
Nah, I wouldn't bother.
I wouldn't. No, that's all filled
Yeah.
up the way it is.
Yeah.
And all I got to do, make sure my eyes are pretty good. Go around there a few times, grab me whip finish tool. And snip that, cut that excess off close.
Yeah,
Where
that
is
thing's
that?
razor sharp.
Yeah,
You might as well just
I wasn't, Cheech, I wasn't even anywhere near that thread. That's why I wasn't cutting.
Pottery tool works.
Yeah, cautery tool. And we're going to leave it at that. This is the way they like them, to push water just like that.
Yeah, I'd leave it. I would leave it just like that. I wouldn't trim it.
yeah. Leave
Who's
it.
up?
You see
I'm up.
what the people think of it.
I think it's handsome in its own special way.
Well, you're the creator thereof. And
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's get right to it. So, first things first. In my notes.
Oh.
Sorry.
Go.
Did we
Sorry,
miss-
my bad.
So on a bucktail, you've got, a lot of the flowy fibers for like your Clousers. And the closer you get down here to this section, it's more hollow. And so these guys usually would only have a bucktail. Like they didn't have, different separate patches of deer hair, but the hair at the bottom of the bucktail worked great for the head. So that's what the OG Andino Deceiver used, is just the base of the bucktail. So I'm going to switch colors to black, and I'm going to tie a black head on this pink fly. Should look pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my thread forward right behind the beads, right there. Okay, and I'm going to take a big old chunk of bucktail off of the base of this bucktail that I have in my hot little hands.
Did we
Let's
lose
see.
Rosenbauer?
No, I'm here. Why?
Yeah, he's
There you are now. There we go.
Yeah. And for the guy who accuses me of leaning back, it's because I have nasty sciatica right now, and I got an ergonomic chair with a backrest, so that because when you lean in, it's bad for your back. So that's why I'm doing that.
There
And
you have it.
hunching over, standing up, tying a fly doesn't help. So when I sit down,
I'll lean back too, Tom.
it's better for you, Tim. Better for you.
All
I
right,
do
this
have
is
a
a lot
sit
of
back.
stuff that's hard to see, but I farmed out about that much. Okay, so it's that much of the base of that, and that's what the tips look like. So it's shorter. You know, I like to roll it in my fingers like this so I can comb it out. So I'm going to take a brush like this. We're going to comb this, comb, and a lot of the Rosenbauers and haters will get out of there. And
Such a great term. Fuzzy and shorts.
so then let's see if we can do this. So instead of stacking this in a hair stacker, I'm just going to lay it in my hand like this and kind of bounce it like this, and those will kind of align a little bit. I don't want it to be perfect. So just like that.
Tim has a
All
tool
right.
for that.
What's that?
Tim has a tool for that.
Yeah. So the idea here is they wanted to make a fly that you didn't have to trim the head after you tie it in. So after this is tied and spun in place, you shouldn't have to trim it at all. You know what? I need a little bit more hair. I brushed out a little bit too much. So I had a...
I think the
That's
last thing
really-
you need is more hair, Cheech. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, trust me, man. I'm a hair expert. Not fly tying wise. Okay, so all right, that's a pretty good clump right there. So I want it to go about right here, and so to do that, I'm going to pre-trim that with some long, sharp scissors. Let's see. And I want to make sure this is really nice and flat. So just about like that. Okay, there's a little bit of a jog to it. That's fine. And the idea is I'm just going to place this about like here, and I'm going to take about that much of the hair, maybe a little bit less, about that much, and I'm going to spin it around the hook. Oh no, I blew it up. Watch this. I'm going to save it.
Oh, I sense a new clump coming on.
You're wrong. I saved it.
Okay.
This has got to be bonus points here. Okay, so
Negative bonus points, but
Wow, who died? Who dyed that deer hair? You look like
I
a
know they
coal
didn't
miner.
rinse it off. That's why it fell off. No. All right. So I'm going to do 2 turns first. Let's see. This is a little bit slippery, as we know. Rosenbauer's holding his breath for an error. Boom. Just like that.
Dang.
Got it. He got it.
Boom. Boom. Freaking boom. All right. Look at me in my eyes. This is for all the people in Argentina. The three stars. Okay. Boom. All right. So anyway, that's how to do that. No big deal. And I'm just going to wrap my thread through that head and then up in front. And I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to trim it. I could make this look really, really pretty, but that's the essence of an Andino Deceiver. We'll just do a quick whip finish. I'm going to push some of that hair out of the way. And so as you can see, when I tied this fly, the feathers were all just tied in one clump. If I were in a hurry, I could do all this pink bucktail in one clump. The flash was tied in one clump, and the head was tied in one clump. So this is a fly that's designed to be tied fairly quickly as well. So anyway, that's all I got on the Andino. just like that. And she pushes water. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Another thing is you can see that there's no.
All right. So I'm gonna try to make mine a little neater because again I'm looking for a baitfish imitation here. So I am going to
Tying who knows what.
what?
You're just tying a baitfish now. No, this is an Andino Deceiver.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna look like it, sort of like this is supposed to be freestyle, right? So
It is
No.
freestyle, yes.
Okay.
Tim
But
said
for
it was
boating.
freestyle. So I'm switching to GSP now, and see if these fancy new scissors will cut GSP. Oh, Tim, they even cut GSP. And I'm going to come forward a little bit, and then I'm going to get some regular deer hair, some the primo. I think it's a primo strip, but it's nice muddler style because this fly is going to be more like a kind of a half deceiver, half muddler, which is when I looked up the Andino Deceiver, since Mr. Flagler didn't give us a pattern recipe.
Oh
for
my
it,
gosh.
we
Let
had
it
to
go.
we had to go find it ourselves. And I'm gonna do I'm gonna use my poodle comb, poodle brow comb, or whatever the hell it is. I got it from the pet store. And
That's
then I
so-
also like to do the flick method. That gets all the Cheech hairs out of there. Like that term? Kind of
Cheech
stack
hairs?
it. Cheech hairs, yeah, because he's calling them Rosenbauer, so I'm going to call them Cheech hairs. And then I'm going to take that over to my fly. And I find that, first of all, okay. So I find that I like it about halfway down the shank, the collar, and I'm gonna cut it short because otherwise, when I trim it, I have trouble separating the long fibers from the short fibers. So I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna take 2, 3 really tight turns. Make sure it's distributed around the top. Then I'm going to turn it over. Cord's in the way there. And do another off-camera bunch of deer hair. Since you guys already saw me do this, you don't need to see it again. What are you guys giggling about?
I'm not giggling.
That was me. I just liked your joke there, Rosenbauer.
Oh, my Cheech hairs?
No, I was in the restroom. I just said we didn't need to see it again. That's all.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Brigham just told me that you called the Cheech hairs. I had to run to the restroom real quick.
Oh, I hope everything came
So-
out okay.
Dang it.
Okay, so I'm gonna, try to get it about the same length. Trim it again, short, makes it easier to separate the Cheech hairs from the good hairs. Put it in there. And now I will reef on it going forward. Really reef on it. And then I am going to make sure that's distributed properly. I'm going to put 2 more short deer hair bunches in there. Like Tim said, sometimes you have to cram in a little bit more there to get a decent head.
Because why would you do something in one try if you can do it in 4?
Yeah, right. Because when I practice it, this is the way I like to do it. Got a big bunch in here on top. And then another one. In the interest of time, I'm not even going to comb this deer hair.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
bold.
I'm not even
sacrifice.
going to comb it. I'm just going to throw caution to the wind.
Ugh, I just ate some deer hair.
Take it and push it back. Come forward. I like to come forward around the eye there so I don't get any deer hair. I probably won't even need a cautery tool. A couple of
Said
drops
Tom
of
Rosenbauer never.
couple of drops of glue and tie it in. Make some wraps on top of that super glue, and then just cut my thread. Do you guys want me to trim the head now too?
What?
Yeah, I'm trimming my head.
Okay. I mean, we're freestyling, I guess. I should have just tied a woolly bugger, maybe.
What? This still looks sort of like an Andino Deceiver, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure. Cut it real short.
Real short.
Yeah, real short. Keep going. You're going to catch fish on that, Mr. Rosenbauer.
Yeah, it's it's again, I'm not tying this for golden dorado, boys.
We really do like your muddler dace that you've tied, sir.
Wow.
I think it looks pretty friggin' nice. And then I'll finally come in with my super scissors and maybe just even this up a little bit here. Get rid of some of the haters, some of the cheechers.
This is called the Goddard Andino.
Come on. All right, one more step.
There's another step? Oh, he's getting the cautery tool.
I got to
no.
use this. I mean, I see.
Get in
something.
there, Rosenbauer. Freaking get after it.
I got to use this. I got to use
Yeah. Ooh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right. Okay. Done.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
You done?
No, I have one more step, and then I promise I'll be done, and this agony will end.
The scissors were the Rambler Professional Fly Tire. Rambler.
Okay. I'm going to use a couple of separate tools for this. My non-professional scissors, which I happen to like very
Separate
much.
Tools.
Very non-professional.
Now, I will tell you, I don't want to say I got yelled at, but when I first brought these things down to Argentina and showed them my flies, I had fancy deer heads on them, like bass poppers, and the guides were like, no, no, no. Just like that. No, no, no.
Lucas
And,
said that?
Actually, it was Carlos. No, no, no.
How many coca leaves had Carlos chewed up before he said no, no, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Juan Carlos, he's a cool
Yeah.
dude.
He is a cool dude. And that fella can cast too. Holy smokes.
Can we share that screen?
Anyway, what they told me was do not under any circumstances make like a a bass popper head on the fly. That
Or like mine. They wouldn't like mine.
Yeah, they really like the kind of loose
But
look.
I'm not going there. So
They'll also tell you not to eat watermelon in the summertime because you'll die. So
really, why is that?
there's that. No, there's all kinds of superstitions.
Oh, wow.
And so this is going to look kind of rough and ready. There are some spaces where you can go in and do just a little trim there, just to get some of those bigger things out of the way. But keep it loose, and that's there's a bunch of junk stuck in the back of that sucker.
Keeping it loose.
So that's as wide as I can go, guys. I know that's gonna not go real well on the gram, but yeah, that's my Andino Deceiver. I do really want to take some head cement, and just load it up in there. Make sure we got a full coat. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, Davis, are we ready for the spin and the voting?
Yeah.
All right, get your flies up on the screen here, and I'll get the.
I think the grammars are going to lose out on this one because there's just no way to show it if it's in vertical. Yeah.
Hey, get in.
If you're watching on Instagram on a phone, I believe you're going to have a hard time clicking a link and voting. So
don't worry, I'm going to make it Instagram friendly real quick. I'm going to go like this. Look at that.
Jump over to the Orbis or Tightline or Fly Fish Food YouTube, and you'll have a better experience.
You'll have a better view of it.
Go to the vote.
Yeah, don't go to Fly Fish Food. Although they got the scissors.
Yeah.
Are you turning, Tim?
Am I turning? Oh, wow.
Tim, come on, spin.
Wow. I'm spinning.
Faster.
Remove my camera.
Feathers flying everywhere. Oh, Cheech is posing.
They used to call me a poser in high school. I'm not sure what that meant, but that's why I do this.
They say that in the fly fishing circles about you.
That was, man.
That was straight to the kneecap, Rosenbauer. I felt that. When you aim for the jugular, but you can only hit the kneecap, that's where it lands.
Little green sticking through there. Where is that green? Ouch. Here's the green.
Rosenbauer, that's a cool fly. That muddler thinger that you got.
It reminds me, is it a Borski's?
Yeah, it looks like a little Borsky slider thing.
Yeah, that's
killer. You're going to catch fish on that.
Yeah, I like the looks of it. I'm excited to fish it. I haven't, as I said, I never fished this fly before, but trout, stripers, tarpon,
Flaggers look like a raven choking on Shrek.
Yeah.
No, it just looks like Shrek.
Tom, you have got to go Golden Dorado fishing, though. I really and truly.
It
It is
too many fish, too little time. You know.
I
how it
know.
is, man.
I hear you, but that is a
Tim, you got to go catch a bowfin sometime.
well, yeah. Well, maybe if somebody invited me again, I could.
You're invited anytime. You just got to catch one this time.
What
Hey, how
did
do
you
I
catch?
get in on some of these
Hold
invites?
on. Did you catch one last time?
No, I wasn't fishing. I was watching you.
Oh, you weren't fishing, my.
Hey, there's a question right here, and I think it's good to answer, but it said, well, this looks like it would work well for pike. The answer is yes. All
Oh,
predators
Absolutely.
will
Yeah.
eat this.
Anything.
Like,
I am convinced anything that will eat another fish will eat this fly.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Smallmouth, largemouth, stripers, pike, probably muskie.
Here's a chartreuse one that I did.
Oh, nice. Very nice, Cheech.
Yeah, once you get a few of these under your belt, you can really crank them out too. Like I was practicing this fly and ended up going through a lot of materials because I tied so many of them, which is good. Usually with predator stuff, it's not the case.
Yeah, and although it took us like 3 hours to get through this, but they are reasonably quick.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Tim.
Have to flip the page on the calendar.
Was it my extra steps that did it? I got nothing else to do this afternoon.
All right,
All
my
right,
turning
we've got
arm
some
is getting
responses
tired.
Trickling in here. We've got, let's give it a couple more minutes and then we'll show the results. For those who are tuning in late, this was the tie-off with Tim, Tom, and Cheech. Where we tied the best version of the chosen pattern that given week. Today is the Andino Deceiver. You can go to our YouTube channel and watch the whole video from start to finish and maybe get a couple chuckles in.
Especially if you watch Rosenbauer tie it.
Oh, come on. I didn't make a single mistake this week. The deer hair didn't slip out on me. I didn't cut my thread. Come on, guys. Give me a break.
There's two questions in the forum, and that's who tied the best Andino Deceiver, and also what kind of fly would you like to see Tom, Tim, and Cheech demonstrate on the next tie-off? So be sure to answer both questions so we can figure out what the next fly is going to be.
Yeah, well, the next fly is my pick, and I'll probably ignore everybody's suggestions. So
Yeah.
so you know.
And a green Highlander is a hard no. Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
A green Highlander full dress, right? Not
Yeah.
fairway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get
But
mine.
I will look at the list, Davis. People can. I will look at the list, and maybe there will be something interesting in there. But it has to be something with deer hair, so that Flagler gets frustrated.
Jeez, enough with the deer hair.
Ooh, I love it. Do it.
What would we do without deer hair? Oh, I'm going to do the head on too, Cheech.
All right, drum roll. We got 75 responses, and our results are 40% voted for Tom Rosenbauer.
Sick. Tom's the winner.
And a very tight race between Cheech and Tim.
Wow.
The majority of the folks want to see a dry fly for the next one, but we'll leave it up to you.
Dry fly.
Yeah, I think it's time we did a dry fly. We haven't done one in a while, so.
How about and congratulations, Tom. Well done.
Yeah, congrats,
you.
Rosenbauer. You guys both
Thank you.
robbed me, but we'll let you win it. This is bull crap.
How about like a traditional Catskill style dry? Something like a I don't know. I'm just
Something
March
with
Brown,
a
maybe?
recipe to be followed.
An
You know,
Atherton
something-
number 3 or something like that. A really
all right.
elegant one.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And it's got to
How
be
about,
full Catskill
how about
compliant.
terrestrial? Foam terrestrial.
A foam? No, we've done enough foam terrestrials.
Yeah.
We've done lots of foam terrestrials.
I think kick it old school and go
Water
Catskill.
caddis.
Oh, not that again. Who can tie the best fish pellet? Oh,
Remember that? Remember that time?
I love that one. That's the end of that is my favorite of all times.
That was great. Yeah. Green Drake, a nice green Drake. Ooh, I like that. I get to do a Western one because I'm not from the East.
You could do a
if
Western.
we do it.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I'm going to do an Eastern one. CDC flies.
We haven't decided it's going to be green drake. It could be like a red quill or a light cahill or something.
Could be. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was in Jersey, some of the guys tried to trick me by pulling me in and having me tie a Catskill style fly at their booth. I freaking sat down and tied a split wing, hen, everything. It was, it was great fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, they're beautiful flies. I think it's a good idea to do a Catskill dry fly.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you all for staying with us. This may be the longest one we've ever done, and I know that we had a pretty good audience. So, want to thank you all, and we will try to tie one next month. And again, it'll probably be relatively short notice because this is show season, and some of us are going south of the equator to do some fishing, and it's a busy time of year. So,
you know what? I have one last thing to say too. Like for any of you guys who are still on here who suffer from blurry vision or just otherwise not being able to see your computer screen very well to see what a good fly looks like, it'd be a good time now to get your eyes checked. So that's all. Public service announcement.
And if anyone wants to come have a laugh with us, we'll have a booth. Orvis will have a booth at the Edison Live Show. I think Tim and Tom will both be there.
Yep.
And then we'll also be in Denver, Bellevue, and Pleasanton.
I'll be in Denver, but not in Edison or any of the Eastern shows. So.
And I'll be in Edison and Denver and Bellevue and Pleasanton and Lancaster. So,
and I will just be in Edison because I have some travel coming up this winter that I'm going to make me miss the other shows. So.
Well, and then I have travel coming up, and I'm going to go Golden Dorado fishing, and I'm going to use. Oh, nope. I'm going to use this fly.
You jumped the gun. All right, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you hopefully next month.
Congratulations, Tom.
Freaking highway robbery.
Adios, amigos.